Hmm.
Can everyone please rename to your S number? Could you please rename to your S number? Right. So before we start, any questions you have to discuss? Any questions you need to clarify? Anything related to the course exams, assignments, anything like there are a couple of things that we have to do. There are some students who do not attend for lab test 1 and lab test 2. So my plan is to discuss with the management and planning to have this examination on 27th. I will let you know because I can't pretty confirm because I have to attend for a CAT examination in 27th. So I'm not sure how to do this because if I'm not available, what is the procedure and stuff we have to think. Uh, Again, a bit a quick information announcement. If your S number is not in the screen, I need to leave you out, students. I'm so sorry. Quickly rename yourself to your S number. If not, I will let you out. Right. So that's the thing that from my end that I have to arrange it. Actually, I have sent an email yesterday, and I will update students as soon as possible the possibilities and whether we can do it physical or online or whatever things. I will update earliest as possible. So it's something that I have to do. Apart from that, CAT examination is a closed book examination, and it's okay online quiz. But I have no plans to give completely MCQ questions like radio buttons and checkboxes. Usually, there should be something with fill in the blanks and stuff too. So it's not completely just MCQs. But keep in mind, students, once you join for this CAT examination, my experience is most of the time the servers are not working, so program the LMS is not working, LMS hanged. So this is a very common experience that I have. uh, I don't have much experiences in OUSL, but that's the experience that I have in last couple of examinations. So my suggestion is, please be calm and quiet whenever the CAT examination time starts. If there's hangs and stuff, so that's usual. So what I'm doing is, usually I'm giving some, my paper is not that much of lengthier, but I'm giving much more lengthier time for you to, unless I have to extend the time and all of these problems are happen. To avoid that, uh, what I'm doing is, usually I'm giving much more uh, time for you, so you don't want that much of time to complete the examination. It's just, I think, within 45 minutes around you can complete the paper. But I should I'm giving much more time for the students, in case if you have some lags and stuff, the technical issues. That's something that I have to think, and I experienced. uh, yes, any other things? The CAT is on site, and you have to come to the campus, come to the nearest center, and do the examination. I think there's a form gone on for you to fill out. Is that so? To select your center, can someone please confirm? Have you selected your center for the OQ? You have selected, right? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So you have to go to that center and do the examination. There's no laptops are required. You have to go to the lab uh, given in there. So uh, you have to use the computer given by your USN. So you can't use laptops. No calculators required. Nothing. You just come free hands with your record book. That's all you need to bring. So. Uh, Yes, again, for the labs, yes, of course, I'm trying to give chances for all the students again, because I don't want to mess up yourself. Because this is one of key subject. Without passing this subject, there are a lot of lot of subjects that you can't complete. So I don't have any plan to mess up yourself. I try my level best to make everyone in a good position, like passing and stuff. Uh, any questions? The selection, the selection, what we call this center selection, I think done through the LMS. There's a question, how to select. There's any selected student. Can you please guide your fellow students so others can go to that specific location and do it, because not much involving with these things. So someone can guide for that. We have almost three lab tests. The question is, how many labs we have? We have three lab tests. One and two almost done, and we have to have another lab test. According to the schedule, I think it's in somewhere in next month. So you can check the schedule. In there, you can find the lab test three. CAT is quiz online. No, it's not online. You have to come to on site. You have to come to the campus, and it's on 26th. If I'm not mistaken, please check the schedule. I think it's 26th. See, 26th. Lab one and two lab. Yeah, I will tell. Lab 1 results, lab 1, lab 2 results, you will get most probably mm, July around. And Viva is planning to have very soon. Most probably, I have to arrange it by next week. So I'll set an announcement for all the students to select time slot and so on and so forth. Cat is 26th, if I'm not mistaken. Please check the schedule. I think it's 26th. There's a project actually. Yes, of course. MP. I have to share the MP very soon. So you can do this project soon as possible. I will share that information very soon. Most probably this week I have to complete all of these things. It's not a big story. It's just a very simple thing. You have to go outside and get some requirements from a business, any business. Simply, you should know what are the functional requirements, non-functional requirements, and so on. So then you have to come up with some documentation and stuff. I will share all the information with you. Lab 2, I think anyone can, I'll arrange for anyone, not for weekday and weekend, and so we'll do for unless there might be some issues for eligibility and stuff. So we'll finish off this one quickly. Lab 2 date, most probably 27th, I was planned, but I have an examination at that day to supervise. We'll see, right? I will confirm. I will confirm. I will do this. Might be. May 22 something. That's fine. Cat center selection link. Can someone please share in the chat? Then others can fill it. Lab 2 for all the students. I'm planning to have weekend and weekday students. We'll see. I'll try to do the level best for all the students, guys, because unless there might be some problems once it comes to the eligibility time and stuff. We'll try to do the best. Yeah, I will share this MP question quickly, right? So then you can do it. The center selection only if we are changing the center other than what we registered. Might be. Yes, of course. Thank you for that information. So you can go for your registered center and do that one. Yeah, might be. There's no specific. Yeah, actually, I don't bother with this one. If there's something, I will let you know. Coding part for the Cat 1 examination. Yes, of course. Of course, there's a coding. Nearly half of the paper is for coding. So you should practice very well all these C codes and bug fixing and stuff a lot. So nearly half I'm planning to have coding. It's not the theory, but it's mostly like coding. Half of the paper is coding. Lab 2 again, I will inform. Guys, please hear what I'm telling, right? Lab 2, I will inform. I will send mini project quickly stuff. Theory focus for Q up to session, I think up to session 16. It's more than enough. Missing labs, we'll see something that we can do. OQ, I don't think so. You don't want a lot. Maximum, it's enough for 16, but I think I have shared a notification also. Isn't it? I think I have shared. Verification. Check whether I have shared spent uh, practical session to lab test to no. All right, I will share any information. Ah, yes. Yeah, might be. So you don't want to select the center. The registered center is your center. So by default, I think it's allocated for you. Somehow I will check and confirm, guys, to avoid any issues. Right? I will confirm you most probably tomorrow. Uh, if I missed it, can someone please remind me tomorrow around 10:30 around, so I can check with the relevant people and update you. That makes sense. Right, that's all. Right. So, actually, I'm just wonder how many of you are going through the recordings given in the LMS, because I have seen many students are not. Yes, thank you. There's a notification from Ziad. If you are planning to sit for Cat 1 in a different center than the one you register, you must fill out the center change form. All right, great. So if you are not, all right, great, thank you. Thanks for this information. So you don't want to bother if you are doing the same center. Do it in the same center, students. It's much easy than this center change and all of these big things. Right. Thanks for that information. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Guys, the situation is like this. I can see many students not going through the recordings in the LMS. If you go to the what we call previous day school sessions, uh, let me share that link. I don't know whether you can access or not. Check whether you can access to this link. Uh, can someone please confirm whether this is accessible or not? This link and what you can see. There's day schools, all the day schools, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything is given. Can accessible, and you can you access all the recordings in there? All right, great. All right. So I will share it in the WhatsApp group also, if in case if you missed it, that's so you can keep it with you. Right. So in this section, you have all the recordings required. 1 to 5, all the day schools recordings are there. So if you haven't gone through these recordings, please make sure to go through, because according to the stats that I have received, extremely minimal number of students gone through these recordings. So what I suggest is please go through all these recordings, slides and stuff, because this is the video materials that you have to go through in this subject. So please make sure to go through all these recordings, watch it, watch it and watch it and watch it many times as much as you can. Then there's documents, all the reading materials given for you. Let me share that one also in case if you haven't through. Right, I will share it in the places. Then one can access. So the books are in here, like the chapters. Please check in this place. You could be able to see block 1, unit 1, block 1, unit 2, block 2, unit 3, block 2, unit 4, and some additional external resources also given for you. Can you access? Right, great. You must read all these documents one by one. I think sometimes you might receive the physical document also, physical book also, but I'm pretty sure you people don't read physical documents nowadays. It's something bit weird somehow. Uh, you should read all of these PDF files. So that's something that I have to uh, specifically emphasize for you. You should read the books. You should go the recorded materials. Apart from that, you have to do the examinations and stuff because you should learn first of all. Then you should do the examinations unless you might focus only for the scats and cat and all of these things, right? I believe you got what I'm explaining in here. So please make sure to go through, learn through all of these videos, watch all of these videos. I have make publicly available. I mean, available for all the students in here, so you can watch all of these videos, go through the documents. So then you are a very strong student because once it comes to the examinations, it's asking a specific aspects mostly. So once it comes to real world scenarios, you should go through a broader scope. You should be a student that having a very good knowledge in whatever things. So that makes sense, right? So please make sure to go through all these things. Then both of your life and my life will be very comfortable, and we can success in a very easier manner. Right. Let's back to again for these questions. What are the questions? Again, there are a lot of questions seems. Uh, there's a final and CAT 2 past papers. Could not find CAT 1 previous evaluation. CAT 1 previous evaluations. Whatever things I have opened for you students, let me check whether anything that I haven't shared with you. CAT 2. No, students, I don't have such kind of documents in here. Cat 2 is not in the LMS. I will try to find and share if someone Cat is an online quiz guide. So there's no way to share these Cat 1 questions, I think, because it's an online quiz. There could be some MCQ questions pops up and deleted. So I don't think we can find cat 1 questions, but don't worry. If you go through the document, if you go through my video, top to bottom, last couple of videos, and I'm planning to have, if there's possibility, I can't give a promise, but I'm planning to have to add additional couple of videos to you. If you go through all these videos, I believe you are strong enough to tackle these things. But keep in mind, if you do not understand the concept, sometimes you might be unable to apply, because I do want the students to have very strong application level, not just the theoretical level, right? So we'll see for that aspect. So don't worry, I don't think so it's very hard. OQ is not a written examination. It's an online quiz. So there's no written examination. But yes, of course, there are a couple of questions that you have to write, answer, code, debug. So you have to do these things in a simple manner. I mean, I don't want to mess up you a lot, but up to good standard, the paper should be there. Because as I'm always telling, this is the best university in the world. So we have to tackle the rest of the universities also. Keep in mind that also in your mind. No center selection, I think so, according to that information. So you have to select if there's a center change only. We don't have practice papers. I don't think so. We have cat papers. Many times slots for cat examination because the number of students, I think, because last time also given two papers for two slots, if I'm not mistaken. Especially the CRC, we have only three labs. All the three labs will be quickly finished. So I think that's the reason that we have couple of slots. So you have to select a slot most probably. Uh, yes, you can choose 9 to 10, 10:15 to 11:15, 11:30 to 12:30. Yes, thank you. So that's the time slots given for you. You can select a convenient time, but for sure, all of these are three different time slots. So three different papers. I'm not sure whether you want to choose it or not. I will inform. I'll check and uh, I will update, guys. Right? I will update whether you want to choose the time slot or not. Yes, there's a time slot. I will inform. I will confirm whatever things that I have confirmed is on. I have to only confirm the whether you have to choose the time slot or not. Any other things that I have promised? No, right? All right. I will send an email. Yes. I see there's three time slots. Given. Yeah, you got all of this information. Good. Yes, yes, yes. I will confirm, guys. I will confirm. Yes, again, for the lab 1 and lab 2, I'm planning to have an examination lab again. I will inform. I will confirm. I have to go to the campus and I have to chat with other people and check all of these possibilities because I'm not available on 27th. I have to go for an examination. So that's the reason. Right, I believe all these questions in your head was resolved now. If you have any questions, please let me know. But I'm not. I sometimes I won't able to respond for your questions in the WhatsApp group. But I'm planning. I'm doing as much as I can. But I'm running here and there, so it's not fully dedicated for archery. But I can see many peers are supporting each other. So please keep it. I really appreciate it a lot. OQ up to unit session 16. OQ is up to 16, uh, but mostly from first couple of things. Yes, whatever the way that you are learning is not a problem. You can use ChatGPT or any other things to learn. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. Learn the way that you like. That's totally okay, right? But keep in mind the scope, right? Unless you might be go lot beyond if you are using ChatGPT and other stuff. Always be in the scope. Then it's much easier because this is the first year level 3 subject. So I don't think so. A lot hard. All right, lot of questions solved. Let's go to quick discussion on these topics. Lesson session 13 that I have to discuss quickly with you. Actually, I was right. All good. Let's quickly move to the chapters that given for us. Right. So this is the first chapter that we have to discuss today. Right. So it's basic input and output. I believe most of you go through. That's why you can answer these questions. But I think it's good to give some quick overview, unless you might be confused in some cases. And I want to train you to read these books. So we'll go for quick discussion. So programs given as examples in the previous sessions provided very little interaction with the user using standard input output the library. So stdio we have used, which we have already used. We will be able to interact more with the user by printing messages on a screen, getting user input from the keyboard. In this session outlines these basic input and output operations that we use to see. Yes, of course, many students almost go through these things, right? So that's why you got these questions and stuff easier way. If not, good to plan do a bit more. In C, we have special formatting characters which help to increase the readability of a program. So the readability, we have a concept called readability of a program. The concept of a readability means we should be able to read a program and understand and interpret it with minimal effort. If a highly readable programming language means that language is quick to read and understand. So that's what we are telling readability for program, right? So your program should be easy to read and understand. There's another concept called writability. There are a lot of concepts, orthogonality, right? So we have a lot of concepts related to this stuff, but just in the case, readability of a program and assess the special effects of the program, making an allied sound, etc. So white spaces in C also helps to increase the readability, and comments helps to properly document the program. I have seen many students do not provide proper comments. Once you're providing comments, it should be detailed enough comments that another developer should be able to read and understand well. So that's a primary requirement, a primary information that I have to give it for you. So please make sure to do that. A clear and detailed comments should be provided. If you can provide for at least the main aspects, main functionalities, that would be great. But if there's no comments, we will add a comment in this time, and we'll inform you for the lab 3. It's a mandatory to add proper comments to read and understand it easily your code. So that's something. Readability improves by having these tabs, right? White spaces are space, additional spaces. If you are using a language like Python, these white spaces are a bit complicated, because if you add additional tab, then the program gets stuck. But in C, we don't have this issue as a major issue. So we allow the readability much more by adding these white spaces. In the previous session, data types in C were introduced, starting their data type and size in the bytes. In this session, we would introduce a simple conversation which help in converting one data type to another type. So we have to convert the data types. We have to convert data into different kinds of types. So that's what we are telling, this conversion, type conversions. Sometimes in some programming languages, if you have learned, then you have heard the word casting. And once it comes to casting, we have up casting, down casting, and many other things. But in general, is just type conversion, converting another type. Input and output operations are used to interact with the user. C programming language treats all these devices as files. So devices such as display are addressed in the same way as files and follows three files automatically opened with the program executes in the screen. We have standard file, that's the standard input. Then we have another file, standard output. Then we have another file, standard error. So we have stdin, stdout, standard out, standard error, stderr. So the device is basically for input, we are using keyboard, and we have outputs, screen in both outputs and the errors. We'll see a couple of functions given here, getChar and putChar functions. So what are these getChar and putChar functions basically doing? The getChar function reads the next available character from the screen and return it as an integer. So this function reads only a single character at a given. And we have another function called int putChar. So we have putChar is doing function outputs the passed character on the screen and returns the same character. So it puts the passed character on the screen and returns the same character. This function puts only a single character at a given time. So we have input output for this character. So there's a simple example given for you. Uh, quickly try this code, students. 2 minutes. Quickly open your IDEs and quickly try this code. This code quickly. All right, thank you. So many of the students got the point. It's not a harder task. So it's basically enter your name. So you can enter something. Did I share the screen? Yes. Uh, right. So it's entered your name. So it is so then ask you entered the very first character is taken because it's just taken the get char as the first character. So the M is the first character. So you got first character in here. Right. So that's how this get char function is working. So we have uh, gets and puts function. So the gets character f function, whatever the parameters, reads line from standard input into buffer pointed by the s. So until either terminal is the new line or end of the file. So the functions writes a string s and they are in the new standard output. So you can see the same thing in here. So we have char setted here. We can see char strings. We are allowed to have 100 characters in here. So that's what we have defined. So we have strings 100 characters. This is a string array again. And we have input. So it's telling gets. Previously we have used get. Right? So we have get char. So here what we are doing is gets a function, then it puts to whatever the value fit here. So here we have put char, here we have get char, here we have put char for one single character. It's get all these things, then we have get out as a one single character. Here we have taken a strings, a list of strings, and we have taken all these strings, string characters as the puts. And we have scanf and printf functions. In the uh, int scanf const format, whatever things, don't worry, this is just a set of parameters. You'll learn what are these parameters very soon. Function reads input from the standard input uh, stream standard in and scans the input format that is provided. So we have function write output functions. So we have standard out put according to the format provided. The format can be simple, a constant string. So you can specify percentage %s, d, and stuff. We learn all of these things very well previously. I think you can remember we learned all of these things previously. Then, respectively, there are many other formatting options available in here. So you can go for percentage ES and all of these things. All right. There's an activity. Please complete this activity and share with me. Perhaps I can share a location to upload these kinds of things, but I'm not marking. I will check as the group marking or something. I'll check and I'll try to add something. I'm not sure, not guaranteed. How characters are stored in the memory in ASCIIs. We have when the character is entered in the program, character itself is not stored. Instead, a numeric value called ASCII value character is stored. So the ASCII is abbreviated from American Standard Code for Information Interchange. It's character coding standard for electronic communication is used to represent text and special characters in computers. So the program demonstrates use of ASCII values. So these ASCII values you can see in this specific case. There's an additional activity to do. You can do it later on and finish off this. This is the quick summary given for you. In this lesson, we first discussed the input and output characters, strings and streams. We also discussed how formatting options help to make sure the output is more readable. So the learning outcomes after reading this one, develop interactive program, basic input output operations. It's not a big deal for everyone, I believe. And special formatting characters and white spaces in your program. All good. So it's a very simple task given for you. Any questions before we proceeding to the next? No, thank you. Right. No questions. Let's move to the next chapter. We'll have a quick discussion on that. So because it's fine. Functions in C. Session 14, we'll have a quick discussion on that also. Right. So the it's session 14, functions in C. Right. So, right. As a standard structured programming, any program is divided into set of modules arranged in a hierarchy, defining their logical and execution time relationship. In a module, control must enter from its one entry point and must leave the module from its one exit point and must always be passed back the walking the module. It's bit of complicated, don't think a lot. What is asking is just if you open a door, you can do something inside that room and you have to leave. It's asking this program is having only one door to come in and to exit. There's only one door. So simply it's a room with one door to in and one door to out. That's it. So don't worry with bit of technical terms. Program comments are used to define the overall program function and to introduce each module by explaining the function. Its data structures and relationships are the modules. So what's a function basically? A function is a piece of code that performs a specific task. It's assigned to do a specific task. Functions are one of the most important aspects of program design. Using functions, a program can properly structure it. Some functions are supplied as part of a compiler package, but this session mainly focus on the functions that the user can create. When writing a function, the first step is to know what tasks the function needs to perform. In addition, a function has a specific format and it needs to be followed when writing it. A function can be considered as a call as a subprogram which manipulates data and performs a specific task in a program. Every program has at least a single function. For an example, every program contains the main method. So if we go to, so there's a program, here you go. This is a program, right? So if we take this story, up to now, we have a good understanding what kind of things we have in here. We wrote hash include stdioh. This is a mandatory. We learn it. Whatever things, students, please write this one. You will get marks for this one, right? So whatever the problem that you have, make sure to write hash include stdioh dot h. Dot is a mandatory. If the dot is missing, you'll get 0 marks because program won't execute. You just try. Without h, program won't work. So it's a mandatory to have this dot. And ignore this line. You have good experience. Void main. Up to now, we have learned void main. I told at the very first day, don't think about anything. Just make sure to memorize its void main. Now you know what is this main means. Main means a function. Function. Functions means it's just an activity like eat, drink, sleep, kind of an activity. So main is the function that lets the program to tell, hey, wake up and start working. What is this? Main is telling, hey, wake up and start working. So main is a function. That's the main function. Wake up. If you are asleep, wake up. Then do these kinds of things. So this is the main function. Up to now we learn main. So now you know what is this main. Main means a function. Simply it's a function. So ignore the rest of the things. You know how to read all of these things now very well. Apart from this one, you don't know. That's fine. Printf, you know something in here. There's an answer something. Ignore it. So you know this one, and there's a function in here. Uh, so function is a subprogram. It's not the main program. It's just a part. So this is your major, the complete function. What you are doing is you are creating a couple of blocks. This block is responsible to do this. This block is responsible to do this. This block is responsible to do this. This is the function 1. This is the function 2. This is the function 3. Each and every function is responsible for one specific task, but there in live in real world scenarios there might be one or many. For an example, get some input and do some processing. We'll get a file and we'll do the bit processing. So we can't specifically mention it's just taking only a specific activity, but there might be one or couple of functions, but we try to have minimizing these functions. That's the ultimate objective of this modular program. There's a concept called modular program. So that's another branch of this story. So it's just another aspect specifically we have to focus on. There are two types of functions. One is the user-defined function, right? User-defined functions. The other one is built-in functions. User-defined function means the programmer. Simply you can define your own functions. You can tell eat, run, sleep, or whatever the things. And the other one is the built-in functions. These are developed by the language developers. Simply, we all of these things come along with the compiler package. It's built in and given for you. For an example, main is a function. Printf is a function. Scanf is a function. Now, do you have a question? How can I identify this function? What is the core reason? What makes this function? How can I identify this function? In general terms, keep this in your mind, right? Every function has a specific name. Main is the name. Printf is the name. Scanf is the name. Then we have brackets. Can you see? A name and a bracket is something that gives a clue. This is the method. Okay, this is a method. So if you want to identify quickly what kind of thing is this function is, just check whether we have a name and a brackets. Then it's more not the curly brackets, it's just the normal brackets that we are using. So these are built-in functions. If you are developing a function, user-defined function, for an example, eat, how to write? EAT. This is the method name. Then we have to add the brackets. That's all. Any questions? Any questions? Getcha putcha for one character, gets and puts for many characters. Void main and int main. I'll discuss this one. This is a nice question. Void main and int main. Right? We have a return type. It's a return type. Void means nothing to return. Very good answer. No return, nothing to return. Main, so we have to return an integer, right? It should be not just a zero. It could be any value, any numerical value. Let me see whether we have some here. All right, we get this example again. We'll get this example again. Here we have to, now you know what is a function. See, yes, right. here. How many functions we have, students? We have function 1 here, we have function 2 in here. How can I tell? Because I have a name, I have these brackets. I have a name, I have brackets in here. Inside the brackets, don't think about something, it might be in there. These are known as parameters. Don't think a lot. Just think this is a function, right? So this is a function. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to have a quick overview. How many functions? Two functions. We have function 1, we have function 2. Function 1, we have a return type called void in here. Return type called void. Return type means, now if you go inside, you can't take anything outside. All right, I will tell that one. Once you go inside these curly brackets, you do whatever the things in here. No need to take out anything. You finish off this function and stop activity and come to this outer bracket. Clear? The other one is this addition function. This addition function, again, we have brackets and we have a return type int. What is this? This is the return type int. Int means you have to take something from this program as an out. You have to borrow something. You have to, once you finish this program, you have to take something out from this program. You have to take an integer value. What is this telling? You activate this function, you do whatever the things, but finally you have to get something out, something out from this function. The type of that something is an integer. Now we'll get an example. Here we have int total defined. So we have two values. We'll get 5, 3. I'll tell how this 5 and 3 comes. Then the total is 8. Then return total 8. Now this 8 is an integer. Now you know the type integer. 8 is an integer. So 8 is the value that returned from here. Is that clear for everyone? Here, we don't have a return statement in here. If you add a return statement, you'll get an error. Because why we can't add anything in here? Now, previously what we did was int main, then return 0. Why we return 0? Can you remember? Previously what we did was int main, we have brackets, then printf and all these statements we have. Then we have return. Can I type in here? Yes, of course. Return 0. Why we have a 0 in here? Why we have a 0 in here? 0 is an integer, right? 0 is an integer, so whatever things that you can do, that's not problem at all. Finally, you should take integer output from this program. Is that clear for every student? If not, please let me know. I will help you again. Because you should have a good understanding once you're doing these methods, how to tackle these methods very well. Yes, why we use 0? We can use any integer. Yes, of course, you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any integer, right? It's just 0 to make our life easy. Other data types, for an example, assume, get an example again. Uh, why it's not erasing? Give me a second, guys. It's not erasing. Right. Right. We'll see another example. Now, assume this is not an integer. Here we have float, right? Uh, Float or double or something. Uh, I could write this one. Float. Right. I have float here. Now, I don't have integer in here. Now what happens? What happens? Program might get confused. Why? It's trying to return an integer, right? It's trying to return an integer. So the best solution is we'll make this one to float, type of float. Then it's a float. So the total is a float. So this is a float type and it returns into a float. Out is the float value. If it is a char, then return whatever a value a return. You can do any calculations. There's no relationship in between line 12, 13 and 14. 14 is an independent. But programmatically, why we are adding this return statement is whatever things that you can do inside here, you can take it out. All right, clear? I believe it's clear. Now you might have a question again. Many students are asking the same question. How to activate this function? Where this program starts? How this program is going to work on? Question. Bigger question. Bigger question starts because we haven't executed. Now the main function, we don't have any issues because by default, main function is the king. This one, we don't want to tell specifically to start, but addition, we have to tell specifically to start. If not, it won't work. Where in this program it's telling specifically, guys, this happens in this program specifically in here. Can you see addition 515? We have a name in here, we have brackets in here. Can you see? That means you are going to call this addition function in here. Addition function, we have 5 and 15. Now, I will tell another story. This is basically an input, input of the program. Input is 5 and 15. In the other words, technically what we are telling parameters. We are telling parameter or parameter list. In here, we have a parameter list. That means we have two parameters. It's just not a parameter or parameter lists. So that's what we are doing. So what happens in here? We have a method called addition. Addition is in here. So 5 is in here. So 5 is assigns to here. 15 assigns to here. Now 5 assigns to a variable int number of bits. It's similar to int number of bits equals to 5. Assigns 5. It's not equals, it's assigns 5. Can you see? Once the function is called, once the 5 function is called, it's similar to this variable assignment. Is that clear? Similarly, you can see int number of balls. So it's basically telling int number of balls is equals to assigns to 15. So simply that's the story here. Now, don't worry a lot. Now, 5 assigns to number of bats, 15 assigns to number of balls. This is what we learn up to now. Now, can you see these statements in this program? No, you can't see these statements. You can't see these statements, but these values are assigned. Number of balls are 5. So what happens? Number of balls assigns to here, number of bats assigns to here, number of balls assigns to here. Now 5 assigns to number of balls. Number of balls are 5. So we have 5 in here plus number of balls are 15, so number of balls are 15 assigns to in here. So that's why 5 plus 15 20 assigns to total, and it assigns to this total, so the total is going to return from here. Here we have 20 return. What is the value returned? 20. 20 returned as an int. Now, where the cursor is back? Cursor is back to here. Now we don't have addition. Now this is happening inside the program. You can't see. Here it's assigns to 20. 20 assigns to answer. Now printf result is answer. This answer is 20. It's a big story for many students, I know. It's a big story at the very first time, but pause it many times and watch this lesson multiple times. Perhaps you can understand. Again, I will quickly go through, right? I will quickly go through the whole program. Here we have yes, of course, you have to define this function. So you can define this function at the very beginning. We have a function like this. It's just giving a name, right? You born a new boy, new baby. For the first thing that you are giving a name in this case. So just type it like memorize again. This one memory. This one quickly. This quickly you can understand by doing a couple of examples. Program starts in here, void main, access to the this line, int answer. What is the value in here? Int answer. It's 0 because we have no value in here. It goes to the next line. It's asking to addition 515. Addition 515 is a method. So it access to the addition method. It goes 5 into the number of bats, 15 into number of balls. Number of bats assigns to here, number of balls assigns to in here. 5 assigns to number of balls, 5 assigns to number of balls. Number of balls are 5, so here the value is 5. 5 is in here. 5 plus here 15 assigns to number of balls. Number of balls are in here, 15 again. 5 plus 15, total value is 20. 20 assigns to the total. Now the value of total is 20. It comes to here, it's just checking what is the value that I have to return. I have to return 20. It returns from here, it's checking the type, whether the total is an integer type or not. Fortunately, total is an integer type. So the types are matching. So it's getting out from the program and it backs to the previous place. The previous place is line number 6. Now the value here, we can't see this one because program almost override or removed that one, right? You can't see that one, right? You can't see that one. 20 is in here. 20 assigns to this answer. Now 20 assigns to this answer. Now the value is in here. It's 20. Answer is 20. 20, that's all. Then it comes to here. we have a printf. The result is percentage d. Percentage d means you have to get at an integer value. So the value we see in here is the answer. So the answer is 20. So 20 assigns to here. So what is the output at the end of the day? It prints 20 of this program. Right. So if you have another method, you define it at the very beginning. Yes, of course, you can do it as a practice. We'll see the Q&A session. Before we defining a function, we must always declare a function. Is that so? Yes. So you can do it as a practice. That's not a big deal. Return will be a float. What is the data type? Return type. Addition. Create. Yes, of course. Understood. Understood. If I use float, float will be float. Addition, write the function. Yes, of course. If you want to have a any other type instead of an integer, that's how it should be do, right? uh, if if is must to enter to second line, I'm not clear here. If is must to enter second line, I'm not clear, sorry. Yeah, right there. Is that clear, guys? What happens? This is a nice story. This is truly a nice story how these programs are working. Like, you have to think logically. It comes here, it goes back, it comes back here, it comes back to here, and so on and so forth. Try a couple of examples for sure. This is a nice story how a program works without any IDE. See, I haven't used any IDE. That purposefully I did it, unless you might get confused with these IDEs and stuff, because IDEs are the place to uh, try it and practice it. This is the place for theoretical examples, theoretical understands. I believe you understood. If not, I don't believe everyone would understood just now. Please pause this video many times, as much as you want, and learn back and back and back and back again. Right? Clear? Uh, in addition, int. Don't think a lot, guys. This slide, I will tell this story again. I told very early, don't think this what we call this main, right? So that's why I purposefully told don't think a lot, right? So don't think a lot. This main, now you know what is this main is. Now what I'm telling is, don't think a lot with this line number 2. You will learn this line very soon. Just memorize whatever the thing in here, just write in here too. That's more than enough. Don't think a lot, right? Don't think a lot, but all you need to do is understand how this program is doing, right? Keep in mind, don't type this addition, this one, anywhere else than this main method for now. Is that clear? What I'm doing here is, I'm writing this program, I'm writing this addition program, I'm writing this addition function call. Specifically, it's call into this function. It's like your name. What is your name? Caldera. If my mother is speaking, I don't think so. My mother will speak Caldera. Loka, come here. Then what happens? Yes, of course, I'll respond, right? So your name might be someone, Kasun, no, whatever a name. Then if I ask, hey, Kasun, please raise your hand. Here the place that I'm called to that function. I'm specifically telling, hey, activate. It's your time. If you add two parameters in here, if you add two parameters here, it's expecting to add two parameters. If you have three parameters, for an example, if you have another comma and we have 8 in here, what happens in this program? Program would stuck. Why? There are three things are here. Three things are required to in here, but there's only two parameters given in this program. if you have three parameters, if you have three values, please make sure to add somewhere to add in here. It's like an example. There are three people. There are people sending balls. Cricket, assume if you have cricket practice experience in your grade 6, 7, 8, 9, or wherever, if you play cricket, if the coach is in the middle, right, if the coach is in the middle, then if he like throwing these balls, then the batsmen are like doing batting. If there are multiple coaches, right, multiple people throwing balls, then it should be have sufficient cricketers. If there are four people sending balls, there should be four batsmen should be in here. If not, one ball will go out. It's a hectic experience at the end of the day. The other way around also the same. Other way around means if we have four cricket players in here, we should have four people to send balls. If not, one person might get isolated, program will get stuck. In the other words, let me erase this one. Let me tell. If we have only five in this program, what happens? Five will assigns to this number of bats. Number of bats, perfect, no issues at all. But program is expecting another value. Do we have another value in here? We have only now five is in here within brackets. Now what happens? Program might wait for another parameter and input. What is that? It's an input. So the input is not in here, so the program gets stuck. Very interesting. Right? Very interesting. If you have five parameters in here, you should have five parameters in here. There are some instances in some programming languages like Python. You don't have this much of problems. For sure, we have strategies, tactics to handle these kinds of things. But keep in mind, yes, of course, in C also we have strategies, tactics to solve these kind of problems. But as a beginner, don't think a lot. Just keep in mind this kind of a theory. There are a lot of arguments might be there once you grown, like you are in grade 2, 3, what the teachers are telling, there is no color in air. But once you are doing your chemistry, you learn a lot of colors, right? This chlorine is this color, and nitrogen is this color, and so on and so forth. Similarly, for now, you just believe if we have five parameters in here, you should have five parameters to input. That's more than enough to now. A bad question. What percentage DS? Langi dina tokka kaino. Right? What the percentage DS? I told in the very beginning classes. No, no, not now. Right? Interesting. So that's the story. We have a method. If we have void in here, now what happens, guys? Void addition. Give me an answer quick. Void. We have void in here. We don't have int in here. Instead of int, we have void. Give me answers, guys, quick. Let's see. Quick. Maybe get an error. Good. Error. No return value given for print f. Not returned. Why doesn't anything? Yes, of course. No return value. So no return value means you are now confused. Don't get confused. No return value. No return value. But there's something returning. The program is start to send something out. See, program is trying to tell, hey, you take it out. Here, it's returning the total. So an integer value is trying to get out. Void is telling, no, you can't get out. Now what happens? There's a conflict. At the end of the day, program stops. Program is telling, sorry, I can't do this. There's a small issue in here. The types are mismatched. You are trying to take an integer from here to out, but unfortunately, here you don't have this void here. You have two solutions in here. Quickly give me these two solutions, guys. You have two solutions. Fix this one. Yes, one option is we can replace void by int as we discussed previously. So the problem resolved, right? So now the problem is solved. Still, I want to keep void in here. Void. My architect is telling you have to use void. Yes, must. You can't use integer in here. Now, what is the solution? Without, yes, of course, you can, you have to remove this return statement. You have to remove this return statement. It's a must. You have to remove this return statement, then the program is resolved. But still we have a problem might be because ultimate goal is to print the result in here. So what we can do is we can take this return print statement into here. Good, very good. Many students understood very well, if I'm not mistaken. See what we can do is we can remove this return statement and we can take this print statement in here. And there's nothing to output, but we have an input in here. Addition is going to here. That's problem. That's not a problem. Print statement goes in. All good. Any questions? Please raise your hands if it is interesting for you. Only very limited number of students getting interested. Others not getting interested. All right. Seems it's not much interested for many students. That's fine. All right, guys. All right. That's not a problem at all. All right. Thank you. Right. Let's move to the next point. Declaring a function, we delete above function without defining a function. We delete, we delete return statement, delete calling a function, delete executing the function, delete, delete, delete activity. You can do it later on. Activity, you can do it. Local and global variables. Good point. Good point. This is the question. If we replace printf inside void addition function, still answer is working. Yes, of course, answer is working well. Answer is working well. Let me go back. Okay, the question is if If this printf statement is taken into here, the program will work very well or not. Program will work very well without any problem. That's not a problem at all. But instead of this answer, you should tell it's total, because this answer variable is defined in here. Inside this scope, we don't have answer. So we should tell it's total. I think it is the question. Is that clear? Okay, right. Right. We have global and go through this one also, guys. It's telling the default parameters. I haven't discussed this example. Here it's defined by default. Some values are assigned in our previous example. In our previous example, we don't have default values given. Here, see, we don't have default values given here. It's just some values, some variables are assigned, but we can tell at the very beginning the default is number of balls 5 and number of bets. So number of bets are 5, number of balls are 10, as kind of thing. Also, there's an example in here. Just go through a bit. Read this book again. This chapter is detailed and very good. So creating a function, executing a function, simple function. The default values in the parameters. See, default values we can tell. Default value means by default, automatically we assign a value. Automatically we assign a value. That's what we are telling. This is that place. Just give a quick try for this one. Once you are free, for sure you can understand, because you have good understanding how the program is working well. Working here, only the difference is it's given at the very beginning. We have values by 4, but you can, because it's a variable name, so you can change it. Yes, of course, you can change it anytime. So just read it, guys. I'm skipping this program. Just give a try and let me know if you have any issues. For sure, I will help you. Right. So it's not a problem yet. Here we have local and the global variables. What is this local and global variable? Global, as word comes to your head, global means, right? For an example, think just now, uh, anyone in this world, somewhere in this world, there's an earthquake, tsunami, whatever happens. It's a global information, so it's spreaded throughout the world. Global means it's spreaded throughout the world. But think, unfortunately, for some reason, you, your mother or your father or someone who is bringing food for you, still not prepared. Is that a global issue? Everyone knows? No, right? It's just an information as some data inside your house. No one has any idea. No one, simply no one has any idea whether your food is prepared or not. Simply keep that in mind. If it is global, anyone can see. If it is local, it's visible for only specific set of space, a specific set of what we call scope. Here we have declared global variables. It's outside this main function. It's outside this function. both of functions are outside this scope. So see, this scope, this program is starting from here, ending from in here. This is the scope of the main function, and the add function, this is the starting and this is the ending. Both of the functions are not something that hide this information or taken this information. Is publicly available, any method. This method also can see 4 and 5. This method also can see 4 and 5. So that's why we have declared these global variables. Is that clear? We'll see this example. Here we have 20 in here. We'll assume it's W to make your life much easier. Int W is 20. Now this 20 is living on inside this scope, only inside this scope. It's not going outside of this scope. So this 20 is not visible to this method. It's not visible. It's not visible, but it's visible for this scope. It's visible for this scope. So 20 assigns to W. So total here we have total instead of Y, we'll take W, X plus W. X is 4. X is visible for everyone. So X assigns in here. W we have. W is 20. Here we have 4. Here we have 20. 4 plus 20, 24. The total is 24. Without any problem, program is working. Here we have X and Y. X and Y in here. Both are visible. So it's showing in here without any problem. 4 is a publicly available, so it's a global variable. If it is a local variable, it's accessible only this scope, so you can't see outside. If it is a global, you can see from anywhere. Questions? I know it's something very interesting. Global and local. Global means you can see from anywhere, out of the scopes, out of the program methods. Now you know what is a method, right? You know what is a method. You can watch it from anywhere. So it's a global variable. If it is a local variable, it's inside this scope. That's it. If I define define int j, and j is 20. Now what happens? This J is visible only inside this scope, not to this scope. Ah, good question. Global uses more memory. It depends on the programming language. It's a bit complicated question actually. The language developers, many language developers have this argument. Like if we take some previous languages like older language, Ada, Fortran and stuff, these arguments still we have. So ignore that for now. But usually we do not define a global variable unless if we require it. If we required, we define whatever things inside our method because it's accessible for us, only for us. But if it is required to access from outside, yes, of course, that's how we can define. I believe it's clear. If you do have any questions, try all these codes once you are free, for sure. You'll get much more experience. I'm not giving chance or typing time inside the class, but if I can give a time, that's great. But it's not the way that we have to go through. We have another mechanism called arguments passed by the value by value by reference. These are bit of complicated things. Mm, do I need to make problems for you? No, for sure not. Right? We'll do it later on, guys. Remind me to give a quick revision in some day in future after your kept or something to tell what is this pass by value and pass by reference. Remind me. I will give an example. I will code you an example, show you a live demonstration of what happens in this pass by value and by reference. These are two different aspects, pass by value and by reference. Those are two aspects in programming. Again, very interesting. Yes, we'll do it later on, not now. It might be too much overloaded for you because even now I believe most of you overloaded, right? So, well, don't worry. That's it. That's it. Question time. Question time. Question time. Yes, any questions? You again, you ask him mini project. I will share mini project. I will share it. All right. Uh, Declaration of global and local variable is declaration as a comment. Then compiler ignores it. Then how come those two variables are not to the compiler? Since those are variables, yes, of course, it's just temporarily holding a specific memory space. Then after it's not uh, doing anything. I think you all are very interested to have these Viva and lab sessions and stuff. Again, asking, can we know the date of Viva for lab 2? Oh my God, why you are so interested to have these evaluations? I don't know. Uh, You should try to skip all of these things, not to ask, hey, come on, we'll have these questions. Why you are asking? I don't know. Okay, you know these kinds of things, then you can't live, guys, students. Be happy always. Viva lab assignments, you don't have a life then. If there's a Viva, then you do it. That's it. Right? That's it. Don't think a lot. If there's a lab, I'll do something. If there's a quiz, I do. That's okay. Okay, that's something different story. Come, we don't have time to enjoy. Come. Okay. Let's move to the session 15, the data structures. Here, this is another interesting part. There's a separate subject for these one students, so you don't want to bother a lot. Only the essentials are required to know what happens in these data structures. I believe some students might learning almost these data structures. I don't know if you are learning or not. Sometimes if you are learning, that's great. So somehow it's basically how these things are working. So we'll see. Uh, By now, you are very familiar with the data types, such as integers, which is built in C language. Its definition There's two parts. So firstly, set of possible values, a variable or a constant of type may take. Secondly, the operations that can be performed on such values. For example, operations such as multiplication, division, assignments. If we are to write a program that needs to use data types that are not defined within the language, we must define these types ourselves. Similar to the previous scenario, if we have methods, we can use it. If you don't have a method, so we have to write our own program, own method. Similarly, what we are doing is write the program, the data types if we given, built-in data types if we have. If not, yes, of course, we have to define it. To make sure that programs will do what we want, we should make such definitions rigorous. Therefore, when we define other data types, we have to describe what values it may halt and what operations are available to operate with it. In this session, we will discuss how to define such new data types with the possible applications. We have abstract data types and arrays. To work with a language like C, it's essential that the definitions of these user-defined data types are rigorous. So all compilers work the same. So we have a concept called abstract data type. Have you seen abstract paintings? Abstract paintings make your brain shaking. Very interesting. Just give a try. Just search in some browser in somewhere that you'd like, any browser, any search engine. Just go and see abstract designs, abstract arts. So it's very interesting. Similarly, we have abstract data types. It's not a fully concrete, so don't worry, these my technical terms. Fully concrete data types, it's just an abstract data type. It's only concerned with the behavior a user can depend on, not at all with the way integers are coded in store or the way that multipliers declare and accessing these arrays. An array is a group of memory allocations in the same type and share the array name. To refer to a particular location or element in the array, we specify the name of the array and the position of the particular element in this array. Do we have a nice example for this one? That's fine. All right, I will draw an array. What is this array? What kind of thing is this array? Array is just like a box. Think in like manner. It's not the reality, but just think right, unless you might. Right here we have this kind of a box. This box we have spaces, cages. Then what we are doing is we are typing 3 in a one space. Then we have 4 another space. Then we have 23. It's another space. Here we have 45. It's here. Here we have another one, 89. Here. Another one, 3. So 3 is 5. All right. This is an array. Simple, right? So this is a set of storage which stores values in a sequential manner. If you want to access for a specific page, for an example, here, 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 what you can do, we can start indexing. Once it comes to indexing, in programming languages, we have two main types. One is start from 0, the other one starts from 1. That means we can tell the position of the value stored. Here we have Here, this is the zeroth index. First, second, third, fourth, fifth index. So fifth index means the stored value is 5. If the first index means value is 4. That's the store that we have. To some of the languages we have 1 2 3 4. Don't worry, a lot. It depends on the way that you are declaring, right? It's only concern the behavior and the user input in the integers. Thus, we have defined the data types will describe the whole. An array is a type of memory locations of the same type and share the array name. To refer particular location or element in the array, we specify the name of the array and position number of particular element in the array. So we have the same thing given here, element 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, whatever things in here. We have indexes 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 in here. Storages and the memory addresses are given here. Don't worry with these memory addresses, it's just some address like your home address, right? So don't worry. Next, here we have my array 10. That means to tell computer to reserve 10 elements. That means 10 boxes for integer my array. Uh, it should be char, right? It should be char. The definition is used. Following definition reserves 100 elements, characters of my array. So we have char, right? I think it should be here. It should be int, right? It should be int my array. So it's telling integer 10 arrays. So we have a demonstration of array. So we'll get this example. Here we have int number array. This is the name of the array. It's very similar to int variable name. Int is a data type. Here the variable name. Here we have an additional 10 specifying you have to store 10 separate values. You have spaces. You have spaces of 10 separate values. Rest of the things you can do for loop. We have, then we have print statement, then we have for and stuff. Since you did the lab 1 and lab 2, very good. These are not hard things. These are just piece of cakes. Right. So we have multi-dimensional arrays, which is 2D arrays. We are telling it's like, I believe you all have this experience. You went to a movie, a cinema. In there, there's some seats, right? So the seats we have. So you have seats in this direction. You are walking to this direction. This is the place that people are looking, right? And you have here rows. Right? We have rows and columns. So we have zero position 0 to 0, 0 1, 0 2, 0 3. First zero, first second, first third, second 0, second 1 and stuff. Haven't you understood? Complicated. It's like this. We have uh, spaces in here. These are the sitting places. So you are going to this place. This is your zeroth, first, second, right? So in this direction, if you are going to this direction, this is the zeroth, this is the first, and this is the second. So we have zeroth in here. So again, we have seeds in here, 0 1 2 3. Here we have again 0 1 2 3, 0 1 2 3. Likewise, we have position 0 1 2 3, 0 1 2 3. Likewise. So if you are going to this place, you are in this line. So whatever things in this line is 0. So it's 0th position, this one. 0th first position, this one. 0th second position, this one. 0th third position, this one. Similarly, if you go to here, second 0th position. This is second 0th position. Second first position. Sorry, here, second position. 0th second position. Sorry, second position. Second third position. That's it. That's the 2D array. So you have to define the name of the array, the first index, the way that you are going this direction. You have to go to 1, 2, and 3 directions. You have 4 spaces in here. 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces you have. Sorry, 4 spaces you have. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So the indexes are 1, 2. That's how this works in 2D array. I believe you should go through a bit. I just ran a bit faster these 2D arrays and arrays. But if you have any questions, yes, of course, please let me know. Happy to help you out. That's the story of this one. And we have enumeration data types. Enumerations are fixed things. User defined variable types used to define the values of these things. So enumerations, we have a keyword called enum. Enum, this is the data type, and these are the values we have. It's not an array, it's another separate data type that we have used in here. Structures we have again in here. So we have type def and just a second. It's enough. Questions. I'm not participating. Yo, lab test. Okay, okay. I give a lab test for everyone. Enjoy. We'll do another lab test, guys. Don't worry. Most probably, I'll inform you. I'm not sure what is the date that I can do it, but I will inform you earliest as possible. Any questions? Any questions? All right, seems no questions. All are happy. Type def function. Oh, it takes a bit of time. I will create a video and share uh, when I'm free. Okay, we'll see how this function is working. All right, guys, then. Yes. Any other questions? No. All right, then. That's all for today. And good luck for the CAT examination. Learn all of these things, memorize all of these things. It could be interesting paper for you again. Till then, see you. Bye bye. Good night.